Coach, good to see you. Good to be with you.
I'm just watching Larry Robinson's on that board.
Not a bad list to be part of.
No, I think we won on the Stanley Cup that year. So about 8 games, the year they went 8 games before, we go in and we beat New Jersey 5-0, and we suck. Like, we're not a very good team, and we pound them. So they fired their coach. They gave Larry the job, and it was the Stanley Cup.
2 weeks.
There you go. If we had played our normal game and lost, never would have happened.
You'd only been there once.
Yeah.
What do you make of all this? Being back here once again, the great group you have, and just, knowing that you've got another opportunity to win this Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Oh, it's great, right? What's cool? This is here. It's in Florida, right? This whole media thing. It was in Vegas last year, and I'm going to assume it was in Colorado way back in the day, but it's here now. So all of you, the entire hockey world media, are here. And whether you've seen a game or two in Florida or not, you get to take in everything and the hard work and interact with Addie, who won the award. So, like, just the people of the Florida Panther franchise that work really, really hard. It's great for us. It's great for them to experience it.
You can't help but try to contrast last year to this year,
Sure.
whether it's the journey of the regular season, where it's the playoffs, whether it's the breaks between the final and the conference final. What do you make of how this year has been different than last year?
And we talk about it all the time. So it's not when we started this year, we didn't say, hey, we're not talking about last year. So we're going to take everything we possibly can, what we learned from last year, and we're going to talk about it all year long. But I guess we were kind of talking off camera. Last year was each series, even making the playoffs, was an absolute event on its own. So if the series ends, the Boston series ends after our Game 5 win, right? We're down 3-1. We go back and we win Game 5. There's a bit of an accomplishment, right? Nobody thought we were winning the next game. Then you win the series. So you could have ended the season on the Toronto and the Carolina wins, and we were on a high, and that's how we rode the thing. And it was all fun and flat out as hard as we could go. It was reckless, right? We're a little undisciplined. We're a little nasty on the ice. And then the 10-day block, the quiet kind of talked about thing that happened to us is Eetu Luostarinen broke his leg in the last period of the last game against Carolina. That changed. That's the tipping point. We had some injuries. We had a bunch of guys playing with broken bones. But when Lusty went down, our team looked completely different. And we just ran out of gas.
You know what? When you talk about it there, I think of last year's run, and I think we got caught up in it too. It was such an awesome story, and it seemed like, wow, the character that this team has was something that you wanted to keep seeing continue. It just feels like this year's playoffs, you guys established, all right, we have character. This is who we are. You guys are controlling games now, and I don't know if that necessarily felt like that did it feel like that in the playoffs last year? I felt like it was just the perfect story, the big moments last year, where this year it feels like you guys are a much more complete team.
Yeah. I think last year what we got good at is surviving the minutes that we didn't control, and that would be the Carolina series. And it's still Carolina. You go into Carolina, you're being outshot 21-4 in the first 10 minutes, they're all over you. Can you survive that, right? That's the lesson learned from that series. This year, there haven't been those kind of blocks. Then we play New York Rangers. They won the President's Trophy. There's going to be times where you're not winning that part of the period. It's no big deal to us now. So this will be valuable to us, I think, in the Edmonton series, because you've seen and you saw it in the Dallas series, there are stretches of times those boys get going, and my God, are they fast, and they're on you. That's not the end of the game or the end of your life. We just have to handle where we are in the moment that we are, understand that this is not our time to be creative, to try to win the game now, handle it and move on to a better time.
You mentioned the Oilers, obviously another unique challenge. When you think about them, what's the first thing that you guys have to do well to be successful?
We have to have
out of the box.
Yeah, but this is not the first time that story's been true, because we went into Tampa.
Right.
When we hit Tampa in the first, their power play was number one. And rightfully so, it was dynamic, and there's a couple of power plays early, like how the puck stayed out, I have no idea. So don't fear it. Both teams have a style. I think what Coach Knobloch and his staff have done an incredible job is making them very consistent in their game, especially defensively. So here's the underlying story, I think, for me. These guys are world-class offensive players. We know that. Our numbers say we are a phenomenal defensive team. Based on the analytics company that you use, 5-on-5, we have a higher expected goals for than they do.
Yes, you do.
And they have a lower expected goals against than we do. That's pretty cool. So what that just tells me, this thing's even. It's going to be flat out. Go play your butts off.
Coach, I want to go back to when Bill Zito called you and offered this job to you, and you inherited a really good team, a Panthers team that, you know,
I managed down.
Yeah, but I'm curious, you know, what was your thought at the time of what this group needed in order to be continually successful? What was it in your mind that was the philosophy that was going to win championships?
How much time do you have? Seriously, like, I got an answer for you.
As much as you need.
Okay. So every year, I haven't won the Stanley Cup. I will watch the Stanley Cup champion every game. But I never watch it till the playoffs are over because I'm in too bad a mood. It just ruins my night. So I wait till it's over. I know who wins and go back. So I'm watching the Tampa Bay Lightning play an awful lot, right? And they keep hitting this Florida Panther team. And I really didn't watch Florida play that much. But like 4 years ago, I thought they were better than Tampa. Tampa's first cup. They were outstanding. They were a little all over the ice. The next year, I thought they were pretty good, but I'm looking at the players, individual players more, and I'm going, who's this Carter Verhaeghe guy? I don't even know this guy. He's all over the puck. Like, really exciting players. Okay, so it's January. I'm done. I'm done hockey. I'm good. I don't know that I'm at peace with it, but I'm resigned to it. It's over. I had done all that I could in Winnipeg, and I could do no more, and it was starting to tear me apart. The first day I turn on the TV is mid-January for a hockey game, and I'm flipping. And my wife says, "Does any of this still interest you?" And I was a Pittsburgh, Florida game. I said, "Florida interests me." But when I say that, they're on their way to about 100,000 points. Right. They're not going anywhere. A month and a half later, my kid turns the corner and says, "Hey, I think I just got accepted to the University of Miami Law School." And I'm thinking, 2-bedroom condo, you don't know it yet, but your mother and I are going to spend most of the time. Congratulations, you're going to graduate school with mom and dad, right? So this is going to work out. I have 4 of the best days fishing in my life. I get a phone number call on my phone, and my cell phone's intermittent at my cottage, and I don't know the number, so I never answer it. And then I get a text about 5 minutes later from a colleague of yours. I'll tell you after. It says, "Answer your phone." It's Bill Zito. Never talked to him before. Don't know him. And he just said, "I want to see what you're interested in." And the words are out of my mouth before I even thought about it. I said, "Well, I'm interested in the Florida Panthers." And then we just kind of Zoom call and talk. And that's not an interview. Even when I came down, it actually wasn't an interview. I was good where I was. He just wanted to talk hockey. And so there was a 5-hour meeting just at his house. Got to see his family the next day. It was 10 hours. And I came back to the apartment and said, if I get the chance, I'm going back. Or let me rephrase that. I asked permission to say if I get the chance, I'm going back to my wife.
Right.
I was going to say to your wife or your daughter, because that was really the bigger thing, right? Moving in with her.
Yeah, she'll be all right. She'll get over it. The car gets nicer if she lives with mom and dad. Yeah.
I go real quick. I know you got to get running, but you've talked a lot about sort of staying in the moment and enjoying the process. It's incredibly stressful. We've seen you get incredibly stressed.
All wired. But I'm in the moment when I'm losing my mind.
Right,
there.
Right there. You know, where does that come from, that sort of perspective, and how maybe can it help your team and yourself kind of just going through all of this?
I never thought about mental health once in my life, or for my players. And I think back now, you know, you had a teammate, I had coached a player that took his own life. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but the whole COVID thing, when we started seeing mental health became real, I started thinking about my own. And I was feeling burnt out. Like I was feeling like I was running into a wall. I couldn't move the needle anymore, and it was driving me nuts. So I went and found somebody real smart in the department and researched it. Turns out, if you can relax a little and stay in the moment, they tell you things get better. And for me, they do. Like I'm in a better mood for the most part, and I enjoy the games more a little bit. And I'm actually more wired and more. I'm not necessarily more stable, but I understand when I'm being unstable, what I'm doing, right? So, yeah, it's all part of the journey of coaching, of life. I do some mindfulness stuff. I do some breathing stuff, and it's been great for me.
It's great. Perfect. And Jolly Ranchers help too, right?
Oh, my God. Bags of them.
I love it. Coach, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Appreciate it. Great to see you. Good luck in this series.
Thanks, Catherine.